Hi, I'm Anthony, and in this video I'm going to show you how I learnt to do a muscle up on the gym rings. I'm also going to show you how I continue to train in order to improve my form. I started off by getting myself a set of 5 resistance bands. The ones you see I'm using now in today's video I bought from a company called FitBeast. In this demonstration I'm using the purple band, which is the mid-range band. It does seem to be the band that I use the most, but we are all different, so you'll need to pick the band that works the best for you. Let's talk about the grip. You need to do what is known as a false grip. I find applying a bit of chalk helps, and then you push your hands through the hoops, bending it round and gripping it tightly, so the hoop itself is right underneath the joint in your wrist. It's not a comfortable position and you may feel some pain. Unfortunately, you're just going to have to get used to it. In order to get yourself above the rings, you do need to have the false grip. So it's something you should practice a lot. Once you feel comfortable with the false grip, then by using a resistance band, you can practice the movement. In this video, I'm going relatively slowly, but for your first experience, you'll probably find you want to give it everything you've got and go much faster. You may find in your early days that you need a bit of momentum to get you above those rings, so pull as hard and fast as you can. I have videoed this from different angles, so you can see what it looks like from not only the front view, but also the side view. I find it easier to perform the muscle up on the gym rings from a seated L-sit position. I am limited in a way that I can't hang the rings high enough to perform a muscle up on the gym rings from a fully extended dead hang position. So I've done most of my training from an L-sit seated position. As soon as you can get to this position, it's worth really focusing on the transition itself and practicing, like I am now, as much as you're able to do so, as this is the hardest part of the whole process. And by using a resistance band that massively supports you, it makes it so much easier, and therefore you can practice it more. If you are enjoying this video, please do give it the thumbs up. The algorithm will absolutely love it, and it'll help promote this video to a wider audience. If you'd like to practice the transition, but you don't have any resistance bands, then you need to follow a slightly different route, which I'm demonstrating now. It's also good practice for your pistol squat. And it's also a good time to practice your false grip. Try not to use your arms too much, and you'll find yourself doing a leg workout at the same time. I realise I mentioned this earlier, but I really do think it does need saying again. The transition is the hardest part, so that is the bit you should practice the most. And the transition can be practiced from many different positions, like I'm demonstrating now. Before I go back to using the resistance bands, I just want to say that if you are watching this video and you're finding it entertaining, it'll be great if you would give it a thumbs up or leave a comment. I do try and get back to every single one. However, I have had quite a few recently, so it hasn't always been possible, but I will certainly read them. So please do leave a comment below. So now let's get out the resistance bands. People often ask me where I buy them, and I'll tell you. I buy them from a company called FitBeast. I bought a set of 5 and they've lasted me about 3 years, maybe 4, and I'm really pleased with them. You can buy them from Amazon. If you go to my link tree, you can see my Amazon storefront. And if you go into the Amazon storefront, you'll see the FitBeast resistance bands. If you're interested in the pull-up bar, well, that too is in my Amazon storefront, as long as you live in the UK, as they only deliver within the United Kingdom. I'm slowly working my way through the bands. I'll be doing 3 muscle-ups on the gym rings with each band. So I've just done 3 with the green, which was the thickest band, which gives you the most support. Now I'm using the purple band, which I demonstrated with earlier. So when I was learning to do the muscle up on the gym rings, this is exactly how I worked my way from not being able to do it to being able to achieve it. By starting with the biggest band, which gives you the most support, and practicing until I felt comfortable enough to move to a lesser band. I'm now going to demonstrate the same process with the black band. The least resistance, the harder it gets. Obviously, you don't have to buy your bands from FitBeast, but just be aware that if you don't, then the colours of the bands will be different. Not that it matters, but just so you're aware. There's also a company called Pull Up and Dip, which I am a brand ambassador of, so I should be promoting their bands as well. Once again, check out my link tree. So now I'm using the red band. This is the penultimate band. It doesn't give you that much support. It's a little bit mind over matter now. I'm making this video in one take, so I am getting a little bit tired at this stage, and my form now isn't as good as it was at the beginning. I'm also doing the reps a little bit quicker, as it's harder to do them slowly when you're tired. Next up is the yellow band. The yellow band is the smallest of all of the 5 that I have, which offers the least resistance. I wonder if it makes any difference at all, or it's all in the mind. It's just like using a rubber band. When you get to this stage, you could probably do a muscle up on the gym rings without using a band at all. But psychologically, I find it massively helps still using a band, even if it offers hardly any support. So next you're going to see me doing the muscle up on the gym rings without using any resistance bands at all. I hope you find this video useful, and if you have, please do give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already subscribed, this will be a great time to do so. And don't forget to hit that notification bell. So I'll see you on the next one.